Hey guys, it's Wavejump here and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be checking out Dispergo, and this is a really cool game. It's very simple, and I think that you guys will enjoy it. It's kind of, I mean, it's not a super complicated game in the sense that, you know, it's amazing graphics and all that, but I think I really love the simplicity of this graphics and just the aspect, just how this game is played. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and be checking out this game. Yes, one thing I will say though is that I've been having a bit of trouble recording this, so if it seems like there are more cuts than usual in this video, well, that's why. Alright, so we're gonna move on to the tutorial, and then we'll start the game. Alright, so the way tutorial works is, first off, you have to click on the grid to place the player. So you notice here there's a red square, I click on it, bam. And there'll be a much bigger grid when you're actually playing. And then you press any arrow key to move in that direction. So in this case, I want me to press up to move there. And you notice the player leaves a block behind, right? That turned to solid blue, the one above it is now light blue. And in order to win, you fill the board with your color. So what we're going to do here is take a look at the top blue block. So when I press left, what will happen is whenever it collides onto another block, it'll kill that player. Same thing will happen if you try and go off the board. Colliding with another player will create a blocked area. You cannot place on a filled space or next to a player either. Alright, so we're going to change into the menu. And as expected, I did have to do a quick cut, but that's not a huge deal to me because, well, it's really easy to do that. Alright, so essentially, you have a couple of options when you're at the home screen, or the menu, I should say. So first off, the size of the grid. I use a small size because it makes it a bit more fun, and you have a bit more complexity added to the game. There are also a couple of different modes, and we'll try and go through most of those today. And you could choose whether or not to add obstacles, which I'll go over after our first basic round. Alright, so let's move on to a round here. And, alright. So the first thing that happens is you get to place yours. So I'm going to place my blue tile, let's place it right here. And I'm going to move straight down. Now it's Orange's turn, right? So Orange just move now. Okay. It's my place. I can't place here or here or here because that would be directly next to those players. I'm pretty sure I can't place here either because I'd be placing next to those players. But what we could do, maybe, let's do another version of that. So in strategy I found that has worked for me sometimes, is that what you could do is, if you're lucky and you're using if you're using a bigger grid, I mean a smaller grid, whatever that means, words are difficult, then you'll notice what you could do is, and I'll show you on this next play, you could go ahead and create these columns and block off your own areas. So this is kind of a strategy I found that works pretty well most of the time. And you'll notice I just won there because Orange ran out of plays. So very simple. Oh, and by the way guys, I was wrong about the grid size earlier. Turns out small grid means that the sizes of the boxes are bigger, so you want a large grid if you want what I was talking about earlier. Alright, so we're going to check out charge mode, and we're going to change the obstacles. So obstacles are basically extra gray spaces, and we're going to do random obstacles for this round. So you'll notice here, bam, we have all of these, and charge mode is pretty dang interesting. So basically the way charge mode works is that you get numbers as you move around. In this case, I'm orange as well, you'll notice. So I'm pretty sure it's randomized what color you are. But as far as I could tell, it's mostly a normal game, other than the fact that I think it might be based on the highest number you have, you get more points. Again, I'm not 100% sure how the scoring system works, but it's really fun, so I'm not super, you know, it's not hugely problematic for me. The instructions could definitely be clear on this game, though. Alright, so moving on here, we're just gonna keep on going through, and by the way, I should mention, I will definitely have a link to this game in the description down below. And if you have any feedback about the game, then I could see what I could do to get it to the developer, but also, yeah, so moving on, we're going to go left here, and we're going to try the same strategy we tried earlier, which is to go left and then up again. Because notice here I have this, and we're going to try and get a really long chain by going up. And you know what, just for the fun of it, we'll start just above the blue, just kind of do so. And you could play like 2 players as far as I could tell, because there's a mode called local, and all sort of stuff. It's a pretty diverse game in terms of like how much actual content there is. You notice right now I have a lot more points, but also I have things going up to 10, right? Where they only have things going up to 9. Alright, my turn again, and I'm going to go all the way up to 11. And yeah, also this is basically acts as a gray square from what I've been able to figure out. And you notice I'm already at 248, which of course is pretty crazy. And I'm assuming that they'll move down in order. Nope, they move left. Interesting. Alright. In that case, I will move downwards. And really quick, what I should mention here, and this says 141 remaining, and I think I just crashed my broke the game. But what 140, nope, apparently I'd already placed something down, just not even realized it. What 141 remaining means, and right now it says 130 remaining, is it's the amount of tiles that I could place down. Right, so blue has 129 more remaining at the moment, but once that hits 0, the game ends. So I have 123 remaining. I'm not trying to win necessarily, I'm just kind of having a bit of fun right now. But, yeah. You know, I think I'll make this solid here, just because I can. We'll also go ahead and move left here. And let's move down. And I'm, again, really not trying to win here, and obviously blue's gonna win, as you could tell from the actual points, but nevertheless, a really fun game. I'm gonna speed through the rest of the game here, probably have a 2x speed or something, but yeah. Alright, it looks like we're approaching the end of the game because I have 1 remaining, and I'll probably say blue wins. There we go. But I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but I'm going to be checking out 2 games by this developer, one called Dispergo and one called Tour. They're pretty interesting, and yeah, so again, you know what the size thing does. We're going to try a Finite Road, and we're just going to do normal settings, and again, what I should know is that there's online, local, and computer mode. I don't think anyone else is playing this online right now, but we're just going to do computer mode and hop into a game. Alright, blues move. Oops. Sorry about that. Alright, now it's my place, and the way Finite works is pretty interesting. Basically, rather than a failing when you have 0 remaining, you have only 2 to place down, and then you have to survive for the rest of the game. So you have to be super efficient when it comes to this game, which makes for some really, really interesting gameplay, because, well, obviously, it's not easy, because all you could really do is move. You can't really place any down, and yeah. You notice right now it's also pretty normal, and I think I already killed one of my sides, which is a problem, but we'll see what we could do here. Oh, it's my move. Okay. Blue's move. My move again. Let me move here. Haha. Oh, wait. I just killed myself, didn't I? Yep, and now blue is free to get all of the points, and blue has 1. So since blue's about to win, of course, I'm gonna have to go through another cut, but I'll see you once this game has finally ended, which will be about now. Alright, so moving on here, we're going to be checking the cluster mode. So the way the cluster mode works is pretty interesting. So, I guess you kind of want to have as many touching each other as possible, if I'm understanding correctly. But yeah, you'll notice that has 2 touching each other, so it has a score of 2. Or now that has 3 touching 1, 2, 3, so it has a score of 3. Let me move to the right here, like so. There you go. And so the point system is really cool, I think, in this game mode. I really like it. But yeah. Alright, we're gonna go ahead here, and again, right is one of my best options, but I can also move downwards. I think I'll move downwards in this case. Downwards. Here we go, blue's place. My place again. I'm going to place here and move to the right, and I won because I had the most points. So, on to the next mode. Alright, so the next game mode is called slide mode, so let's just hop right into it. and we'll check out what this game mode means. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and place first, and wow. So as you could tell, it'll go as far as it can in one direction. So this actually is probably my favorite game mode so far, and it's just so cool. I think it's really awesome, and it's a lot of fun. So let's go ahead here, and we have a couple of options. I think what I'll do right now... Oop, tie came. Alright, we're gonna head back to the menu and check out the last mode, which is paint mode. So paint mode is another really interesting one, and if I start here, it's Blue's turn to face. I can't talk today. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, essentially you just can play until you fill up the board, as far as I remember, which is interesting, and I really enjoy the game mode. It's pretty relaxing. Again, Slide is still my favorite, but it's so fast-paced, it makes it a bit difficult. And so yeah. By the way, I'm probably going to have the game spotlights for Gradator and Dispergo out on the same day, so I will have a link down below to the Gradator game spotlight, and of course you could always click in the end card to see it. Alright, let me block that from moving there. Where is it gonna move? Okay, that's not helpful to me. Let me move downwards. Oh wait, first I have to place. It's not letting me move anywhere. Help. Yeah, this is one of those things I don't exactly understand. I've had this happen to me a couple of times before in the past, but yeah. So now you know the basics of this game called Dispergo. Go check it out. I will have a link to the game down in the description below, and leave a like if you enjoyed this game. Of course, really seriously, try downloading this, see how you find it. It's super fun to play. I don't know about its compatibility on Mac, but I think it's compatible on Mac as long as you have Java installed, and it's just a lot of fun. So once again, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, go ahead and leave a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching. Bye!